Good Tuesday evening, everyone, and welcome to this edition of WPBS Weekly Inside the Stories. I'm Stefan Brunson. Tonight, we kick off our show with good news for cruisers. Ontario's Kingston Coal Dock is ready for the 2022 Great Lakes cruise season, with safe waterfront approaches and new dockside tourism activities. Producer Gail Paquette has the details.
Tourism Kingston and Dornicamp Construction are in the midst of transforming a former coal dock as a port for Great Lakes cruise ships. And with the help of the Great Lakes Cruise Association, they will soon be able to accept passengers to Kingston shores, adding to port stops on the Great Lakes for international cruise ship companies.
It's one of the last uncruised regions in the world, and cruise operators are astonished when we start to tell them just how much we have in the Great Lakes, not only the culture, the difference between the lakes, the US-Canadian context, the provinces, the states, First Nations, extremely important. So we have a sort of a cornucopia of activities we can throw at the cruise industry, and they just love it when they hear about it.
Kingston's location on Lake Ontario between Toronto and Montreal in the Thousand Islands makes the city an ideal stop for a Great Lakes cruise.
First of all, geographically speaking, it is along the St. Lawrence River. It's where the Thousand Islands spills out into the beautiful Lake Ontario. So every cruise ship that cruises into the upper Great Lakes through Niagara, the Welland Canal, has to come past Kingston's door. And then at the end of the season, every cruise ship that leaves the Great Lakes has to cruise past Kingston's door again.
While Kingston does receive some cruise ship traffic, the region up until recently did not have a deep water dock, meaning cruise ships had to anchor in the harbor and passengers had to be transported to shore. With a temporary location known as the Coal Dock in the district of Portsmouth, the city will finally be able to accept passengers directly to the shore. Purchased by Dornicamp Construction from the federal government, Tourism Kingston has teamed up with the company to market a viable option for Great Lakes cruises.
When we had the opportunity to buy this property, it was just more ready. There was a connection with Tourism Kingston, and then came here, and that sort of connection just softly came here. And then when everybody came to see it and sort of said, "Oh, cripes, this is ready to go," we can move faster on it. So the connection was made probably 2 or 3 years ago when it came to cruise ships.
Certified by federal agencies to use it as a shipping dock, Dornicamp will be using it as such some of the time. But it just made sense to make this asset available to also benefit the community.
We want to use it to link in with some of our port shipping stuff, whether it's bringing steel in here or sand but bulk cargo like that. That was our original plan. We do see that it can be linked with cruise ships quite comfortably. You know, when cruise ships are here, they're here for very short periods of time. They don't take up a lot of space on the dock per se. So. And we've seen lots of other places where there's cruise ships and big ports married together. So we thought it'd be pretty cool that both could win.
With the dock now available and the Great Lakes Cruise Association involved, Tourism Kingston is well positioned to profit from the cruise ship industry.
Being able to enhance our cruising portfolio is incredibly important for Kingston. Obviously, we want a connection with the water. Whether it's domestic or international travelers, certainly we want the ability to have folks to be able to experience what they can see and do in Kingston and then to come back. Kingston's a unique community that offers a lot of historical background. The architecture is beautiful when you jump off whatever kind of pier you're coming off of, and your first impression of the city is pretty, I think, profound in terms of just the look and the vibe and the feel.
Evolving into the market and learning as they go, Tourism Kingston has been looking to other port destinations' success stories to be on par.
I guess we want to make sure we work with operators in a really significant way, because operators and planners of cruise ships are looking for specific things. They're looking for specific numbers of people that they can sit and do dining experiences. They're looking for the ability to do itineraries, whether it's 1 hour, 3 hours, 5 hours, or an overnight, making sure that we hit all of the components that they're looking to plan. And if we don't have a component, creating that component for the operator. While the plans are in order, Kingston does not expect any ships to be docking before next year.
However, now, with a safe and welcoming dock capable of hosting these larger ships, Kingston will be prepared to attract new cruises and visitors and become a desirable addition to cruise ship itineraries, proving to Great Lakes cruise companies that Kingston is a viable stop on their route.
And at the end of the day, what this is all about is economic development. It looks like cruising and it sounds like cruising and it is cruising, but in essence my job is economic development, to try and bring an economic footprint to the communities where these cruise ships call. So there is quite a bit at stake, and I think Kingston can profit well in a long-term basis from the presence of cruise ships.
For WPBS Weekly, I'm Gail Paquette.